We'll bring on the heat at Zest Fest 2018.
We'll attend the world premiere of a local independent film.
And we'll travel to Valley Ranch for the return of Frost Fest.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello everyone and welcome to About Town. I'm Susan Comyab.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and I'm thrilled, of course, to have you back, Susan. So it's about to happen. What are you thinking about the Oscars race?
Well, I honestly can say I really don't know what's going to win the top prize. Now that the nominations have come out, I think obviously like Shape of Water and Three Billboards, those are the top two that people think it's just going to be between them. And
For best movie?
It could be, but, and it's not just because I'm a fan of this one, but they have been saying the dark horse is Get Out.
Which is crazy, but it could happen.
And it's an amazing accomplishment that it even got nominated for Best Picture, so they may leave it at that, but you never know because it was such a fan favorite film.
Well, so. I can't wait to see this year's Oscars race.
Me too.
And glad to have you here, of course.
Yep.
And so glad that you guys could join us too. We've got news on the African American History Month program coming up February 25th.
We've also got news on Leadership Irving and the Imagine You Conference coming up on March 3rd.
And we would love to hear from you. If there's a community event you'd like to promote on the show or a story you'd like to see us cover,
you can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.
Zest Fest returned to the Irving Convention Center with the hottest sauces and salsas, spicy new products, and more. This year's event gave a whole new meaning to the saying, "Feel the burn." Allie Hudson has more.
Hi guys, you want to try some hot sauces?
Try this. It's really good.
Want to try that too?
Too hot.
With celebrity chefs and plenty of spice, this is Zest Fest 2018.
Over the course of 3 days, spicy food lovers of all ages attended this year's Zest Fest at the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas. Zest Fest was filled with flavor and did not disappoint. An average of 12 to 15,000 people came out during the festival weekend. With the popularity of the event continually growing since its opening in 2011, vendors brought on the spice to get a spot.
So we've got the most vendors that we've had at any year previously. Almost 90 food vendors, 120 or so vendors total.
We are flavor first. We're not here to knock people out.
Amber Carnes is with Yellowbird Foods.
We started 5 years ago doing farmers markets in Austin, Texas, and finally grew our team big enough to start going to festivals this year.
Since the 5 years that we've come here, we've got a lot of customers that come back every year specifically looking for our products to buy it again. So that really makes you feel good that, you know, they like your stuff, they're willing to come get it again.
We have been a sponsor of Zest Fest since it came here to the Irving Convention Center 5 years ago. People come here to support small business, and that is absolutely vital to our growth. So we think this is a very important event.
I'm thinking 4 to 5 years we've been here, and it's been a great show. We love it. We are very supportive of the show.
There are options for all, from mild barbecue to some chocolate that'll creep up on you and have you looking for the milk. This year, we were in for a treat.
Oh my God, there it is. 3, 2, 1, go!
And for the people who crave spice, a Wingstop Atomic Wing Eating Contest, with first place taking home a Sony 50-inch TV. There was new flavor added into the mix, with first-time Zesties attending the Spice-Filled Fest.
I really enjoy spicy sauces. I just want to try all these out, see what I can find. I've already found a pretty good sauce that I like quite a lot. I just really enjoy going around and trying everything. It's interesting to get a mix of different people's perspectives on what hot sauce should be.
I'm a spicy food lover, so when I saw the commercial talking about Zest Fest, I just knew I had to come.
Flavor and spice makes everything nice. About Town, this is Allie Hudson reporting.
Flavorful pain.
Visit IrvingConventionCenter.com for more fun events coming up this spring.
The Irving Black Arts Council hosted the world premiere of a new locally produced indie film, Content of Character. Kathy talked with the producer and filmmaker about how it all came together.
The Irving Arts Center was standing room only for the world premiere of the new film, Content of Character.
It's funny what you think about when you're dying. Content of Character is based on the autobiography of Irving Black Arts Council Publicity Chair Cynthia Reed Wills.
It was a labor of love, Kathy. We started 3 years ago. This just didn't happen.
The seed was planted over 6 years ago at the Irving Black Arts Council's annual Short Film Festival, which featured work by Courtney Thorpe Douglas.
I saw her work 3 years straight. And I liked it, and I decided to approach her, and I approached her right in the foyer and asked her if she would read a book that I wrote.
She's had a chance to see some of my work, and she reached out to me and said, hey, I have this book. Do you mind reading it and letting me know what you think?
And she said yes, and a year later she called me. Now that's how long, it took a year to get to it.
And I read it, and I said, I enjoyed it. She said, do you think it'll make a good movie? I said, yeah, I think it would make a good movie.
You may have noticed that there are Negroes in some of the classes this year.
I agree with Mama. Times are changing.
This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
A pivotal moment in the movie was the story of how Cynthia integrated the schools in her small South Carolina town. She credits her mother with her ability to rise to that challenge.
I always wondered why my mother picked me to go out of all the 6 children she had, but I really believe that's why. I really do, because she learned how to persevere. And she taught us, you got to keep moving forward. And had she not done it, I wouldn't be here tonight. How about that?
The film was 3 years in the making.
She wrote the original script, but we redid it twice. I mean, we're talking burning the midnight oil.
Financing is a lot different, right? You need more money. The cast was a lot different. Just all of the elements that it takes to build it after you've planned it out.
We used actors from all over the Metroplex, all over from Houston, Austin, all over the United States came to be a part of this production.
The Texas area is full of a lot of talented people that want to act and just are looking for opportunities.
They got that opportunity, and at the premiere, with their family and friends, saw the end product of many months of hard but rewarding work. Cynthia says it's better than she imagined.
We thought that if we did a good story, people would come. Of course, we've done better than we even thought, and we acted out, so it's really great.
You act like you better than the rest of us. Going to an all-white school don't make you any better than anyone else.
Lying there, I thought, should I lie here until she kills me? Or get up and fight?
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
You can see Content of Character through the end of February every Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Angelica Film Center in Dallas.
The Irving Black Arts Council and the Irving Arts Center teamed up to celebrate African American History Month.
Todd Hawkins joins us with news on the next event. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It's always great to have you here, Todd.
Great being here.
The last time you were here, you teased a special event that's coming up, but before we go to that, I want to talk about that extraordinary exhibit, This Light of Ours. Tell us about it.
So we have 157 black and white photos, 9 activist photographers from the civil rights movement, mostly the Deep South, 61 to 63, Mississippi, Alabama, and that area. It's a very grassroots movement, so you see a lot of photos that we're taking of the movement that you don't see a lot when you have coverage of the civil rights movement. This was a real, in black churches, in homes, with people taking photographs. It's an extremely moving exhibition.
Can you talk about how people actually get to meet the photographers at this exhibit?
So on February 25th, in partnership with the Irving Black Arts Council, we will be hosting a panel discussion with 4 of the 5 photographers that are still living.
That's fabulous.
And it will be moderated by Leslie Kellen, who is the executive director of the Center for Documentary Film, which is where this comes from, out of Salt Lake City. They curated it together with Matt Herron, one of the photographers that will be here on the 25th, and that's at 3 o'clock at the Irving Arts Center.
So that's the Black History Month program that the community has come to sort of know and love and anticipate every February. But you guys kind of teamed up to broaden the scope this year. Tell us about that partnership with the Irving Black Arts Council.
It's been a long-standing partnership that we've had with them. They're one of our resident organizations, and we love to work with them to sort of help this incredible mission that they have. So we've partnered with them again, and we brought in This Light of Ours just to sort of expand programming all the way from the Martin Luther King celebration that we had a few weeks ago with the Freedom Riders, and then the This Light of Ours photographer that sort of wraps the whole thing, and then this celebration and unveiling of the Heritage Stamp that will happen on the 25th with a reception with the Irving Black Arts Council.
Yeah. I'm ready, aren't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's great.
So the thing that I love that happened this year is, and Susan and I were talking earlier, that one of our favorite films from last year was Hidden Figures. These are stories that are not new stories, but they're being told now. This Light of Ours is just like that. So congratulations for bringing such a great program to the city. So folks, as Todd just told you, if you want to catch this opportunity to meet some of these incredible photographers from the 60s who are still with us, you'll have that opportunity on Sunday, February 25th at 3 p.m. in the Dupree Theater. The exhibit, and you've got to see this exhibit, the exhibit continues through March 4th.
Cynthia Flores returns to the show with her top 3 Oscar picks. Check it out and see if your favorites made her list.
Hi, today I want to talk to you about the 2018 Oscars race. There's a lot to see before the event and not a lot of time left. So I hope you go see my 3 favorites that I'm pulling for. My first pick is in the Best Animation category. It's the amazing film Loving Vincent. It's the first animated film ever to be completely oil painted by hand. No computers here to help along the way. And all done in the style of Vincent van Gogh. It's about his death and it's truly mind-blowing.
Vincent van Gogh killed himself? How does a man go from calm to suicidal in 6 weeks?
So, what brings you to over there?
I want to do something for Vincent.
My other 2 picks are both vying for gold in the Best Film category. They couldn't be more different. One's a gritty story of loss and prejudice in a small town in the current USA, and the other is a fable set during the Cold War in the USA of the 50s. Honestly, I'd be happy if either one of them won. Let's start off with 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. It has an all-star cast and tells the story of a mother who challenges the local police department to solve her daughter's murder by renting 3 billboards to call them out for not solving the crime yet.
Sunshine beating on a good time. I'd do anything to catch your daughter's killer. I don't think those billboards is very fair.
Time it took you to get out here whining like a bitch, Willoughby. Some other poor girl's probably out there being butchered right now.
I saw you on TV the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you look good. I mean, you came across really good.
I think that guy wants to get my pants. Father Montgomery.
And finally, there's director Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece, The Shape of Water. In this film, he tells the story of a mute woman who works the night shift at a research center in Baltimore. There, she meets and falls in love with an amphibian creature and fights to keep him alive once the scientists want to dissect him. I know it sounds weird, but the film is pure magic.
If you know something about what transpired here, it's your obligation to report it.
What is she saying?
That's good. Looking like you don't know anything.
Our only concern is the asset.
So there you have it. I hope you get to see these 3 films before the big night, or all of the films that the Oscars have singled out as the very best of 2017.
The 90th Annual Academy Awards is Sunday, March 4th at 7:30 p.m. on ABC.
The Leadership Irving class of 2018 has a great project in the works.
Tierney Tennant and Phil Metters joins us with the details.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
We're so happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm very excited about your project, but before we talk about it, I want to give the community, folks that don't know, a little bit of information about Leadership Irving. What is the organization?
The Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce every year hosts this wonderful leadership class. It's been doing it for 36 years. It's an opportunity to bring dedicated community folks out and give them an 8-month lesson on what makes the city and the community tick.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah. Phil, why did your class choose to focus on the Police Athletic League this year?
Well, as part of our leadership training, we learned a lot about the protection of the community. And we felt so strongly about what we heard about our men and women in blue that we wanted to pick a project that benefited them. And our project we chose was the Police Athletic League. And the Athletic League serves as a community service for youth from 7 to 18. And they do programs such as boxing and different athletic programs. And as part of that, we get to do some fundraising activities to help out the kids as part of the Athletic League.
Well, that's great because that's a project that's dear to a lot of people's hearts in the community. So I know that you guys have a big fundraising goal. They have a big fundraising goal. Tell us a little bit about that and how the funds will help.
Well, they've got a goal of $200,000, and we're hoping that on February 20th, during our Pals for Pal happy hour, that we'll be able to put a drop in the bucket of that goal to make sure that there's programs that support self-esteem for kids in our community. There's such a robust amount of programs that the Police Athletic League offers, and this is a great opportunity to have fun. Everyone loves a happy hour, and why not do it for a good cause?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Can you just tell us about the event and how people can get involved?
Well, first of all, keep in mind that Chuck Cooperstein is going to be our celebrity bartender. He's the voice of the Dallas Mavericks, and he's fantastic, going to make a wonderful time. We want people to come out on February 20th from 6 to 8 to the La Cima Club, enjoy the beautiful views of the Irving, Las Colinas area, and then also support the Police Athletic League through the Irving, Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce.
That's absolutely wonderful, folks. If you want to be there, then you're going to need to call, and the telephone number is 214-217-8484. Call and reserve your place now for the Pals for Pal, and that's on Tuesday, February 20th. Starts at 6 p.m. at the beautiful La Cima Club.
FrostFest is back by popular demand. The Winter Family Festival was a huge hit last year, and this year it was even bigger. Here are some highlights.
It's snowing in Irving, and we're sliding into FrostFest.
Cimarron Park in Valley Ranch turned into a winter wonderland as it held its second annual FrostFest, which featured a number of family-friendly attractions.
There is real snow, the highlight of the whole thing. So we've got a snow tubing hill. People can actually act like they're out on the up north somewhere, going down the hill in their neighborhood. We have a play area where they can make snow angels and snowmen. And then there's an ice skating rink. We've got a petting zoo with a reindeer, so people don't always get to see that. Trains, craft activities, characters that you can take pictures with. There's so many activities out here.
While there was a lot going on outside, the fun continued inside with a photo booth, arts and crafts, and much more. And there was even a little something extra for those looking to move their feet to a hopping beat.
I'm the DJ for you guys today for FrostFest. My first time out here. I do a lot of stuff for the city of Irving, but my first time here for FrostFest, so I'm pretty excited about being here today. And the weather's gorgeous, so we lucked out.
DJ Snow kept things lively with popular tunes.
Just a mixture of family-friendly dance music, pop music, stuff the kids and their parents will like, and stuff they can dance to and have a little fun with in the snow.
As the day went on, the crowd grew, anxious to play in the snow.
People don't always have a chance to experience snow, and so that alone is a big attraction. On top of that, all of our events are free.
The event continues to be a rare and frosty treat for the city.
A lot of cities do concerts or fireworks, and we do them just as well as anybody. But this is really unique. Almost no other cities do something like this, and I love anything that makes Irving special.
And you can bet FrostFest will be back next year. For About Town, this is Susan Comyo. Up next for Irving events, the citywide egg hunt on March 24th. For more details, visit irvingevents.org.
The Imagine You Conference for Young Women is coming up fast. It's March 3rd.
And Latasha Johnson joins us with the details. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, it's a real pleasure to have you back. You guys have been doing this conference now in Irving for 3 years. 4 is coming up, and you had a significant change over this past year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this year we're actually official in the fact that we are now an official 501c nonprofit organization.
Great.
It's called SIMS Foundation of Hope, and HOPE actually stands for Health, Opportunity, Prosperity, and Empowerment. So we're just an organization that really wants to primarily focus on those things.
That's great.
Wow, yeah, that is great. So what will the girls be learning this year?
So every year is different, so that's always exciting for the girls because they kind of don't really know what to expect. But this year we will actually have 3 sessions, so they'll be broken down in groups, small groups of 3 different groups by grade level. The first class is going to be self-defense. One of our Irving police officers are actually going to come out and kind of teach the girls about self-defense and how to protect themselves and things like that. The second one will be called Becoming the Person That You Want to Be. And that actually is going to highlight about affirmations and making sure that the words that you speak to others and how that affects other people, how that kind of looks between the two. The third one will actually be a career fair where we'll have different career professionals, people in business, healthcare, engineering, graphic design, all types of industries coming out to speak with the ladies. So they'll kind of go around the room and speak to other people who may be interested in, you know, something that they want to do when they get older. So it should be fun.
Great. So this has got to be really wonderful for these girls to be together, and I guess they probably will come back year after year. You've been there. What's the day like?
Yes, I have been there every year, and it is really cool because the girls become friends, you know, even because I know of a group who actually travels from Kansas who comes, and it's about 20 of them who actually travel, because we're from Wichita, Kansas originally, and so we do know a lot of people that we invite from there, and they actually bus down here to come to the event, and so they have a camaraderie between themselves, you know, to come to the conference, and then other girls who have been here every single year, they come. So, but it's a good experience. Everybody always has a really good time. The sessions especially are what they really like, but then we have a time where we all come together at lunchtime. Jaylene kind of speaks and has, you know, hot topics, things like that they discuss. So I think they have a really, really good time when they come.
That's great.
Yeah, so ultimately, what do you hope that the girls take away from this experience?
I think this year, it's always about improvement, positive self-images, because we have other young ladies who volunteer that they can kind of look up to and mentor. But I think overall, we just want them to be able to come to a place, feel like they are being heard, give them the steps that they need to be able to advance in their career life, their personal life, social skills, just with all the bullying and all that stuff going on. We just want to make sure that, you know, they have a community that they can kind of come to every year and just know that they're going to learn important, impactful information that they can take out into the world.
That is fantastic. So young ladies and moms and dads, if you've seen this today and you want to let your daughter get involved with this wonderful organization, the Imagine You Conference is going to be on Saturday, March 3rd, starting at 8:30 in the morning, will last till 1. It's going to be at Lively Point. If you would like some information or to register, email simsfoundationofhope@yahoo.com. I think I got that right.
Yes, that's right.
The Irving Art Association presents the Indian Folk Art Exhibit at the Center for the Arts at J.C. Park through February 23rd. Here's a look and a list of other creative things for you to do about town. And here are some other warm winter events happening about town. Cheer on your favorite talented teen at Irving's Got Talent on Friday, February 16th at 7 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall.
The Las Colinas Symphony Orchestra presents trombonist Scott Stratton on Saturday, February 17th at 8 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall.
Fans of young adult literature will not want to miss the Hope Nation book launch on Saturday, February 25th at 3 p.m. in the South Irving Library. Call 972-721-2606 for details.
And the Irving Noonday Lions Club presents C.J. Johnson in a magic show just for kids. That's on Monday, February 26th at 7 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. Call 972-252-ARTS for more information about events at the Irving Arts Center. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time when we'll take you behind the scenes at Irving's Got Talent, and we'll bring you highlights from the 40th Anniversary Heritage Society Valentine Tea.
We'll also meet some young musicians featured in the new Philharmonic Orchestra's Side-by-Side Family Concert.
We'll leave you tonight with a look at that concert in performance on February 11th. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Susan Comyab. Have a great evening.